who pretend not to know me. I'm still Pastor Carl. Yeah, I see her over there. We're here for have a lot of fun and following the traditions of the book of Esther. This is the Purim season. And they always did the play Esther, or Purim play out of the book of Esther. So there's a few characters, if you don't know. There is Mordecai, the hero. Yeah. There is Esther, the queen. Yeah, who saves her people. And Mordecai is Esther's uncle. There is King Xerxes, who's the drunk guy. And then the famous Haman. Now, do we still, I'm asking you guys because I don't want to step on anything, do we still cheer when Mordecai comes in and boo when Haman comes in? Okay, all right. So when you hear Haman's name or you see Haman, you boo him. This is a participation play. Y'all got that? So let's hear your best boo. Wait till I say Haman. Here we go. Haman. All right, awesome. Now we're going to try the yay for Mordecai. Y'all ready? Mordecai. All right, well, let's try it one more time for Mordecai. Here we go. Haman. All right, I couldn't get you. All right, well, we're going to have a blast tonight. So enjoy the play about the book of Esther. When you leave here tonight, you'll know more about the book of Esther than you did when you came in.
Amen.
All right, let's have a great time.
Drama, power, romance, and intrigue. You may think this is the stuff of which best-selling novels and blockbuster movies are made. But far from a modern piece of fiction, these words describe a true story, lived and written centuries ago. It is a story of the profound interplay of God's sovereignty and human will. God prepared the location, the opportunity, and the placing of his people. Esther and Mordecai chose to act. To celebrate this historic occasion, the Feast of Purim was established. From one woman's courageous actions, a whole nation was saved. She saw her God-given opportunity, and she seized it. Her life made a difference. Her obedience to God left a legacy. It is meant to be shared and interactive. When you hear the hero's name, Mordecai, clap and cheer as loud as you can. And when you hear the villain's name, Haman, you should boo and hiss. As the Purim players help to retell the story of Esther, I hope that you will think of ways to watch for God at work in your own lives. Perhaps he has prepared you to act in such a time as this. This is the story of Esther, which takes place in the time of King Xerxes. King Xerxes reigned in many provinces, 127 in all, that ranged from India to Ethiopia. His palace resided in Susa. It was an opulent palace, a place of great wealth. Now about 3 years into the king's reign, he decided to throw a banquet. He invited all of the who's who of that time, the military brass of Persia, the princes and governors of the provinces, as well as his own officials and ministers. This was no ordinary party either. It was a king-size ordeal that lasted for 6 months. He put his massive wealth on display for all around him to see. It was at the conclusion of this long celebration that our story really begins. The entire capital city of Susa was invited to join the celebration, to be held in the king's summer palace gardens. Social standing was of no consequence. All were invited to attend. The gardens were done in elaborate fashion for the event. Silver and gold couches were placed around the grounds, and draped around the columns, blue and white curtains tied with purple and silver cords. Even the walkways were decorated with mosaic tiles and jewel-toned stones. The royal wine was served in golden goblets, each one of a different design. The royal wine flowed freely. What a generous king. The guests would drink as much as they wanted, under the king's orders. It came about on the 7th day of the garden party that the king wanted to show off his beautiful queen to those who had gathered there.
You know what?
I wore the same shirt last year. And it says I'm king, so I'm still king. Nothing has changed. Hey. So anyway, I coined the phrase, I got the bling. Have you seen my 127 countries? They're all mine. And everything that's in them belongs to me. And oh my gosh, have you guys seen my stables? Ain't nobody got any stables like me. I don't know. Anyway, my gardens, I've got the best gardeners. My stables, I've got the best horsemen. I've got it all. And you know what? What really makes this really special? I got the prettiest wife in all 127 countries. Well, at least I think so. Gotta do something about that hair. Anyway, she's still beautiful underneath and she's all mine. But you know what? The only way that you're really going to see her beauty is if I just have her walk by. It's all look, no touching. She's mine, she belongs to me, so eat your heart out, guys. So when I call for her, that would work. She'll come. So somebody send for Queen Vashti. I want you to see just exactly what a hottie I have for a wife. Go get it.
Exactly. So, like I was saying, this eunuch comes up to me and tells me that the king is demanding that I come walk in front of him and his court like I'm one of his show horses.
No.
Do you know what I said to him?
Yeah.
I said, I am not walking in front of you and your court like I'm one of your show horses. Give him that message. I told that eunuch that. I said, give him that message. I am not going anywhere. I'm going to my party.
That ain't right.
This infuriated the king. Seething with
I am
anger
so
over
upset.
her response, the king sent for his advisors, all who were experts in legal matters. He asked them what legal action could be taken against the queen for her insolence.
I'm really ticked. I'm ticked. Look, man, we got a problem.
King,
We got a problem.
what happened, King?
I called for my wife. What am I going to do with this woman? This woman! I called for her. I'm the king, man. And she said no. She wasn't coming.
King, this is the most serious matter.
Oh, I agree.
She did not insult just you, King. She insulted all people of the country, leaders and commoners alike.
Oh.
Do you realize how serious this is? Word of this gets out, people will start saying, did you hear what Queen Vashti did?
Oh, that's bad.
The king called for her and she said,
Oh, that's bad. That's bad.
Once this word of this gets out, women in the whole country will start treating their husbands with contempt and a lack of respect.
Oh, that's bad.
This is the most serious, but we have a solution.
Okay,
We have a solution.
What would you recommend?
If the king would allow it,
Okay.
royal proclamation that cannot be revoked, that kick her to the curb. I mean,
What?
actually,
What?
Kick her to the curb. No, actually, what it means is banish her.
Banish her.
Banish her completely, that she cannot be in your presence whatsoever.
Like bye-bye?
Bye-bye.
Like bye, Felicia?
And
Like bye?
and when this gets out, then the women will know that they cannot treat their husbands with contempt.
That's why you're one of my smartest advisors. So today the decree goes that every man in all my nations is the king of his castle, is the man of his house. Whatever he says goes.
Absolutely, great king.
You cool with that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Later, when King Xerxes' anger had cooled, he was having second thoughts about what Vashti had done and what he had ordered against her.
Oh boy. Bad move on my part. I think I just banished my wife. Well, ex-wife. She's gone, like a bye Felicia gone. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Before the king could rethink his decision to banish the queen, his royal advisors decided to find him a replacement. They sent out for all the most beautiful virgins in the kingdom to be sent to the palace to undergo beauty treatments and refinements. Once they had finished with these treatments, they were to go before the king. If the king liked the woman, he would ask for her by name, and she would become Vashti's replacement. There was a Jewish woman by the name of Esther who lived with her cousin Mordecai in the province of Susa. Mordecai had raised her as his own, as her parents were gone. She was one of the many women who were chosen to be part of the king's palace
Where'd she
harem.
come from?
Upon leaving for the palace, Mordecai warned his younger cousin to keep her religion to herself a secret.
How many? How many of
Each day, Mordecai strolled beside the palace walls to see and hear word on how his cousin was faring inside the palace. The king admired all of the women. He fell in love with Esther. He was completely smitten with her, above and beyond any of the others.
Man, how many of these girls am I going to have to look at? Phew. Man, I thought they were supposed to go for beauty treatments. Lord have mercy. You're all right. You better go back home. You... Oh! Sorry, nothing. I'm just looking for somebody, just somebody. Somebody. I think I just found her. I think she's cute as a button. Young lady.
Me?
Yes, ma'am. Approach me, please.
Hey.
You know what? You have found favor in my heart. It's doing flip-flops. I think I would have you be my queen. You cool with that?
Me? My king, I would be honored.
Well, you should, because look at the prize you're getting. But anyway, I'm going to crown you queen. What's your name?
My name is Esther, my king.
Beautiful name for a beautiful young lady and a beautiful queen. So
Thank
I
you, my
crown you Queen Esther.
Thank you, my king.
You are most welcome. Look what you're getting.
King Xerxes had found a replacement for Vashti. Out of respect for the man who had raised her, Esther kept her family background a secret. One day, while waiting for a visit from his cousin at the king's gate, Mordecai overheard two of the palace servants plotting against the king.
You know, Trush, I've been thinking about this King of ours. We're bowing. When he comes in, you gotta bow. When he goes out, you gotta bow. If he twitches his eye, you gotta bow. The guy's tearing my back up. It's getting really old. And who do you think he is, anyhow? Xerxes. What mother would name her kid Xerxes? More like Jerxes, because the dude is not very nice whatsoever. So you know, I've been thinking. I like to show him a finger. This finger. No, not that finger. This finger. Just like this. Yeah.
Mordecai went to see Esther with the information he had overheard. Mordecai went to see Esther with the information he had overheard.
Cousin, it's so good to see you.
Esther, it's so good to see you, but I am in trouble.
What's wrong, my cousin?
There has been a bounty put on the king's head.
My king?
Your king.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That sounds horrible.
Oh, you tell him, he'll think the same thing.
Oh. I will go to him straight away. He has asked to see me, and I will go to him and I will tell him this. Thank you so much, Mordecai.
Yes, cousin.
When Esther was summoned to see the king, she relayed the information Mordecai had given her.
I tell you, I haven't seen her for a little while. I should call for her. I'm just kind of curious. Yeah, I want to see her. Yeah, so somebody send for Queen Esther.
My king.
Queen Esther, it is so good to see you.
So good to see you, my king.
Thank you.
My heart is deeply troubled.
Oh, there's a problem there. What is it? Is it something that you need? Is it half my kingdom? Is it all my... Well, you ain't getting all my horses.
Well, my king, a man by the name of Mordecai, a very wise man, has told me that they plan to you.
I don't believe it.
Listen, my king, you have to take this seriously. I mean, they plan to take you out. You're going to be gone.
Me?
Yes, you.
King Xerxes?
My king, they called you King Xerxes.
Oh, I'm ticked.
Should be. You need to do something at once.
Is that enough?
I think you do a little bit more.
Is that enough?
I would still do a little bit more.
I ain't got enough. That's hurting right now. You know what?
You know what is going to hurt worse?
Okay, okay. We're going to build some gallows. We're going to hang them. How's that?
Sounds like a plan, my king.
Is that good enough?
It'll do.
All right.
When the king investigated the accusation and found it to be true, he had the two men hung on the gallows and recorded it into his logbook for the king's use.
I'll teach those guys King Xerxes. How about a stretched neck?
It was some time
Hang
later when Haman was promoted, making him the highest ranking official in the king's. The king's servants would honor him by bowing down at the king's gate when they saw him under commandment of the king, all except for Mordecai.
Mordecai, come here, I want to talk to you. Hurry up.
Yes. What's going on?
I was just checking who does your hair.
Everybody respects.
very special.
Haman's name. I'm such a great guy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I like that. The key to a good bow is a good spine. See, watch this. I like that. I like it. Boo. You didn't bow. I don't know about that. See, it's a great day. Look at this. Oh yeah, that's it. Everybody respects Haman because everybody likes Haman. About that.
Mordecai. Why do you insist on disobeying the king's commands? You know we have to bow to Haman.
For I am a Jew.
You're a Jew?
I am a Jew and I bow to one king.
A Jew. Go figure. Okay.
When Haman saw for himself that Mordecai did not bow down for him, he was outraged. Having learned that he was a Jew, he didn't want to waste his fury on one Jew, but rather started looking for a way to eliminate all Jews within the kingdom. In the first month, the month of Nisan, of the 12th year of the king's reign, the Purim, that is the lot, was cast under Haman's charge to determine the propitious day and month. The lot turned up on the 13th day of the 12th month, which is the month of Adar. It was then that Haman went to the king.
Handbag. I mean Haman. Handbag Haman.
King,
Good enough.
there's a problem in the country.
Does it have anything to do with breathing?
No. It has to do with people that are not following our customs, our rules, our laws.
Okay, tell me more.
These people need to be destroyed. Not just one, the entire group of them need to be destroyed because they do not respect you and our customs.
Is it that bad?
It is bad. But
That's bad.
King, I can help with this.
All right. What you got?
You know I'm loaded. And what I can do is I can help pay for this whole thing. I will actually pay for it all. I have 375 tons of silver. I will donate to the bank to make sure this is all taken care of. Them eliminated. I would.
You do that for me?
I would do that because I love you, King.
Okay, well I tell you what, take some of that money and look into some cosmetic surgery, if you don't mind. So, here, it's your money. You do with it as you see fit. Now,
It will be done.
all right, so I sign the decree.
Yes. And I have the ring. It gives me all the power that is needed right there.
You do what you gotta do.
Thank you.
Haman had bulletins sent out to every province, written in each language to all the people, including the princes and governors. They were posted publicly in every town square. All bore the signet ring stamp of King Xerxes. with orders to massacre, kill, and eliminate all the Jews. They were all to die, young and old alike, women and children, on a single day, the 13th day of the month of Adar. The order was also posted within the walls of Susa, as well as inside the palace itself. When Mordecai learned of the news, he tore his clothes and put on sackcloth and ashes on his head. He walked the streets of Susa, wailing and crying out loudly. He came as far as the king's gates, as those wearing sackcloth were not permitted to enter the gates. Esther's handmaids came to her and told her of the news. She was completely stunned by what they had told her. She sent fresh clothing down to the gate so he could change out of the sackcloth, but he refused.
Yes, Queen. There is a man by the name of Mordecai at the king's gate wailing. He has torn his clothing. He is wearing sackcloth and ashes.
Oh, my goodness. I need for you to do something for me. I need for you to take this clothing to Mordecai. Ask him to put it on so that he is not in that sackcloth. Please.
Yes, ma'am. Mordecai, I have come by Queen Esther to give you these clothes so you can change out of the sackcloth and ashes.
Why do you still have the clothing?
He refused them, my queen. There was nothing I could do.
Thank you. That'll be all.
Yes, my queen.
She then called for one of the head eunuchs assigned to wait on her.
So, I mean, the queen, she's all right. You know what I'm saying? She's all right.
Hathik!
The baby?
Hathik! Where? My goodness, good help is so hard to find.
Yes, my queen.
I need for you to go to the gate at once. I need for you to speak to Mordecai. Find out what is going on. Find out why there is all this wailing in the streets. Find out why he is in sackcloth.
To the gate.
To the gate, please. To the gate.
Yes, my queen.
Thank you.
The gate is so far away. Mordecai! Mordecai!
Good.
The queen sent me. She wants to know what's wrong, what's happening. She's told that there's wailing and lamenting going on. What's wrong? What happened?
They have put a bounty on our head of our people. 375 tons of silver to the bank. It will be certain death. Give her this. This is all over. It's on all of the polls.
Who's doing this? Who's paying for this?
The king and Haman.
Wish more God. Yay. My queen, my queen.
Hathik, what did you find out?
This is a decree. Mordecai gave it to me.
Is this-
There has been a decree sent out all over for the people of Susa to be murdered.
Oh my goodness.
Mordecai says you must do something. The person that is paying for this is Haman.
Haman. I do not like that guy.
I don't think anybody does.
Okay. The king has not asked for me in nearly 30 days. I can't go before him. To go before the king without an invitation will result in one thing: death. I cannot go. I need for you to return to the gate and tell Mordecai I'm sorry. What he is requesting I do, I cannot.
Yes, please. You're gonna do the gate again? The gate is so far away. There's no shortcuts, no detour. The queen wants. Okay. That's what she gets. That's right. Mordecai. I'm afraid I have bad news. I spoke with the queen, and she said to tell you that there's nothing that she can do. She hasn't been called by the king. She has no invitation, and if she goes to him without an invitation, she'll surely die.
Just tell her that because she lives behind these castle walls, that there is no escaping this fate. It is certain death. That's right, certain. Certain death among our people. I ask you, please go to her and tell her that this could be why she was put as queen.
Okay, Mordecai, I'll tell her. But I'm taking a shortcut back to the
Havoc, you got here so fast.
Well, you know, they put a new bypass in. It's going really well.
Wow.
Okay, I have a message from Mordecai. He says to let you know that just because you live within the palace walls does not mean that you'll escape this fate. You will certainly die. It's a certain thing. It's going to happen.
It's certain.
He says help may come. It may come eventually, but for you and our people, your people, you're all going to die. You have to do something.
Let me think, Havoc. Let me think.
Okay.
Certainly it'll come to me.
Certainly it will.
Okay. I need for you to return to the gate. I need for you to give Mordecai a message for me. I need for him to gather all of our people in Susa. I need for them to fast and pray for 3 days. Eat absolutely nothing. I will join them in this fast. So will my handmaids. On the 3rd day, I will go to the king. And if I perish, then perhaps my father will perish. That'll be all happen.
Yes. Mordecai, we gotta bypass it. I got here a lot quicker. Mordecai, where are you? What a bypass it. It goes a lot faster. Okay, spoke with the queen, and this is what she said to tell you. Her message is this. She said for you and all the people in Susa to fast and pray for 3 days. 3, I know, you're going to be hungry, but listen. Fast and pray for 3 days. She's going to do it with you, okay? At the end of the 3 days, she'll go to the king without invitation, and she knows that if she perishes, then that must be her fate. But fast and pray, she wants you to take that message, and please do this, and she will do it with you, okay?
All right. So she dies, right?
Certainly. She said she certainly understood it.
I'm certain she does. So, okay, I have my eye on a piece of pie, but I will.
Thank you, Mordecai.
Mordecai left the king's gate and followed the wishes of Esther. 3 days later, Esther gathered up her courage and, dressed in her royal finery, approached the king's inner court. The king was sitting on his throne, facing the entrance, when he looked up and saw her standing there.
Man, it's been a while. Oh, holy cow.
King,
Well, Miss... Come in. Princess Esther. Queen Esther. Whichever.
yes, my king.
Come on in. What's happening?
Well, my king, I know you have not sent for me for nearly 30 days,
My bad.
but I need to speak with you.
Okay. You know that since I didn't call for you, that there's penalties, but you're so pretty. I can't do it. Okay.
Thank you, my king.
Okay. So, what is it that you asked me? Half my kingdom? Half of my properties? What is it?
I just asked one simple thing. I asked that you and Haman join me for a dinner in which I will have prepared.
Really? And you're pretty and you can cook too?
Well, somebody will cook it.
I don't know if I like the sound of that, but yeah, we're in. We're all in.
It'll be a meal fit for a king.
Oh, no pun intended.
None whatsoever.
Okay, so that's the only thing that you have for me?
That's what my heart desires.
Anything else?
That's what my heart desires.
Are you sure?
That's what my heart desires.
You ain't gonna change mine, are you?
Get on with it already.
Okay. All right, well then we'll be there.
Thank you, my king.
Are you sure there's nothing else? Okay.
Later in the evening,
She could too.
later in the evening, as they were dining, the king looked at Esther and asked,
You know you invite me because I'm so important.
Well, you are my right-hand man.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
As I said, my king, a meal fit for a king. From, king, because a wise man once told me it's so much better to eat with the king than to dine with a clown.
You really went all out, didn't you? I could have swore we had this last year.
I don't think so, my king.
Okay.
I was not here last year.
Okay. Well, let's dig in, I guess. Because you know King Dongs is my bag, right?
Some good stuff.
Yeah. So, you prepared this meal. You told me that you was going to ask for something that I might be able to provide for you. So what is that?
Oh, I just simply ask that you and Haman join me again tomorrow.
Tomorrow night?
I will have another meal prepared.
Myself and Haman?
Yes, please.
Okay, yeah. 2 days in a row? Yeah.
Please join me for another feast.
And then, will you finally tell me?
Then I will tell you what my heart desires.
All right, you ain't going to string me along, are you?
No, my king.
You see what happened to the other one?
This is great.
Okay.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, second meal. I'm proud of myself. I'm very, very happy. She respects me.
Yeah, don't
I can
forget
tell.
cosmetics.
I can tell. I can tell.
Now Haman, having been personally invited to the second dinner with the king and queen, left the palace that night quite pleased with himself.
Yeah.
As he walked home, he passed the king's gate and saw Mordecai, who was oblivious to him, ignoring his very presence. This further infuriated him,
Yeah.
but he decided to
So
rein
happy.
in his anger and head for home.
You know, that Jew didn't bow again. He was there and he didn't bow. I'm going to find a way to take care of that Jew. More than what I already have, because I cannot have one Jew not respecting me.
Once at home, he bragged with his wife and friends about his money, his lands, all of his sons, and his latest promotion. And now, to top it all off, 2 private dinners with the royal family. He complained that he could not fully enjoy his spoils because of Mordecai the Jew sitting in the king's gate.
What am I going to do about this one guy? How can I enjoy the food if I got this pain of a man that is not respecting me, not bowing? This is a huge deal. I'm so upset.
His wife suggested he build a gallows 75 feet high, and the first thing the next morning speak with the king to have the Jew hung from it. Then he could enjoy his dinner that evening.
Got good thinking there. Build a gallows 75 feet tall immediately. Gonna get it done.
That night, unable to sleep, the king was looking over the records he had kept in a journal of the day-to-day events. It was then that he happened upon the assassination plot against him that was thwarted by Mordecai.
Can't sleep. No way. Hello.
Hey, Gary Kenny.
How you doing?
I'm doing very well. Is there anything I can do for you today?
As always, I got a question for you.
What would it be?
What would you do for a man who would be considered a hero, who saved another man's life? And that man would happen to be me. So,
A hero. It's got to be me.
hero. What would you do for a hero?
Well, King, I think the best thing to do for a man that is that respected, that much of a hero, What I would do is I would parade him around the entire city.
Really?
In a royal robe.
Really?
Proclaiming how important this man is to you and this kingdom and how everybody should respect him and love him. That is
Really?
exactly what I would do for that kind of hero.
You do all that?
Yeah.
Well, listen.
I think it's like a Haman Day parade.
Sorry to burst your bubble. This is what I want you to do.
Okay.
Everything that you just stated, you
Yes.
will do that at my command.
Well, yeah.
All right, I want you to take all that stuff that you just said, what you're going to do, and take it down to my gate and give it to a man by the name of Mordecai. Do that? Do not leave out one. Whatever you said.
Oh, yes. King, I'll do that. Oh, my.
You the man.
Oh, no.
For now.
What? I can't. Mordecai, of all people? I did this is off. Mordecai.
Hi, how are you there?
Let's get this royal robe with you.
well,
Here we
thank
go. And let's go on a parade around the city like you are the king's hero. Everybody, stand this man. Everybody look at Mordecai. Everybody, Mordecai's Everybody, Mordecai the great hero. It's all good. Yeah, he's great. Everybody, Mordecai. Now stand this. This is
Haman did as he told the king he would, and led Mordecai around the town square, claiming his honor. As soon as it was done, Mordecai returned to the gate, and Haman fled home, his face in his hands, thoroughly mortified by the task he had completed.
now stand
As
this.
soon as he got home, he told his wife of all that had happened that day. She told him that if Mordecai was in fact a Jew, he did not stand a chance against him, and he was good as ruined. Before he could even think to reply to her statement, however, the king's servants came to take him to dinner.
And I'm starving. Wasn't too impressed with that last time. This was a little bit better.
The king loves me and respects me. He'll be all right. He'll be fine.
Queen Esther, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful, my king. How are you?
Not too bad, but it all depends on what's on the menu.
I think you're going to be very pleased to know, once again, it's a meal fit for a king.
Is it welcome?
I think there's a new word in my kingdom.
What's that?
Rebrun.
Now, my king.
I love it, because I love you. I love it, it's
I'm
good.
glad you do.
Now, you've strung me along here for one day. This is the second day. Would you please tell me what you would like to have, what you ask of me? Again, I say, is it half my kingdom? Is it half my possessions? Half my money? What is it that I can give Queen Esther?
My king, my heart desires just one thing. The thing that my heart truly desires is that you give me the lives of myself and my people. We have been sold to be massacred, eliminated.
Often.
My king, it's horrible, my king. My king, if we had been sold, into slavery, I would not be bothering you with this. But we have been sold to be eliminated.
Who would do such a thing, especially my queen and her people?
Oh, my king.
Who?
He is a monster.
There was somebody here like that?
Yes, my king. He's a monster, an adversary. My king, this monster is Haman.
Dummy! Man, I can't believe you!
The king left his wine and stormed out of the room, leaving a terror-stricken Haman to plead with Esther for his life. Watching the king leave, he knew that he was doomed, and began to grovel.
Get away from me! Do not touch me! You are so absolutely vile.
Hey! What do you think you're doing?
Oh, king!
You neglect my queen as I
I'm
leave?
doing nothing. I'm just trying to plead with your wonderful queen.
Oh, you're so...
I got nothing.
Shut up. Zip, zip, zip. Shut it. I don't believe you. Guards! Take him away. Hang him on those gallows.
No, king.
Oh, yeah? Because I say so. Give me that reed.
That same day, all that had belonged to Haman now belonged to Queen Esther. Mordecai came before the king and explained his relationship to Esther to the king. Gave it now to Mordecai. Esther then signed over all that was Haman's to Mordecai.
So,
There's the man. I can't thank you enough. Listen, I need to give you this because you deserve it.
Oh, okay.
And no take backs.
Aw, you're too kind.
I know it.
Can I suck on that? Oh, wait. Oh, okay.
Quit it, Drippy. You've already got the stuff.
My king,
Queen Esther.
you have been so generous.
I know it.
You have been so generous already.
Yes, I have that.
If I just could please ask you for one more thing.
Oh, jeez. Is this the last?
Oh, I doubt
We got a problem.
it. It's okay.
All right. Well, okay. All right. What is it?
My king, I ask that you please undo this evil that Haman has done. I ask that you please undo this decree.
How did I know you was going to do that? I can't. I can't. I'm a man of my word. I signed a decree. Why do you women do these things?
They're my people, my king.
All right. Okay? All right. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to write a new one. How's that? Look, I'll write a new decree that states this. Your people, the Jewish people, have the right to defend themselves any way that they see fit to keep themselves alive with no penalty.
My king, this is awesome news. Thank you.
Are you happy now?
Getting there.
Okay, but I think that's the best I've got
Are you sure?
right now.
Okay.
All right, good. So the decree, I'm going to sign it. I'm going to give it to Mordecai. It's going to be done. We're good.
Thank you, my king.
You are more than welcome.
The edict was posted everywhere in all languages for all to see. When Mordecai returned to Susan, he wore a royal robe and crown, and the city exploded with joy. The Jews of all the cities hit the streets, dancing and feasting. Not only that, but many non-Jews became Jews, for now it was a dangerous time not to be a Jew. On the very day of the edict of Haman, those who were to attack the Jews were overpowered, and no man was able to stand against them. Many Jews came from neighboring areas to lay hands on those who condemned them. All those who were in league with the king helped on the Jews' behalf because they feared Mordecai. Then the 10 sons of Haman were killed and hanged publicly from gallows in the center of town. Esther requested the decree be made to extend for one more day, and the king gave his permission to have it done. In all, 75,000 were killed, but no plunder was taken. The next day, the 14th, they celebrated with much food and laughter. But in Susa, they celebrated on the 15th day as well. Mordecai wrote this down and gave copies to all the Jews in every province and town. He called for an annual celebration on the 14th and 15th days of Adar to celebrate the sorrow-turned-joy of the Jews. This became a tradition for ages to come. Haman had cast the pure, the lot, to panic and to destroy the Jewish people. But when the queen intervened on the people's behalf, that scheme was turned on the very men who would have carried it out. That is why these days are called Purim.
Yay, Mordecai, Haman. Queen Esther.
Esther?
Okay, guys, thanks everyone. Thank you so much for coming.
Great job.
Yes, you, John.
And just let you know, when we do these in the future, feel free to volunteer because it's a great ministry and it just doesn't have to be us. So whoever would love to participate and take part in what God is doing here, the doors are open.
Amen.
Yeah, let's see. There's Mike and Mark as the guards. Introduce yourself.
Oh, I'm Alexis. I was one of the handmaids. Mr. Davidson, I was Queen Esther.
Greg Wiles, I am Mordecai.
Vashti/Lazy Haddock. Lazy.
And the king.
Mary Hensley, King Xerxes.
John Davidson on the narration.
Yeah.